Good morning. Hello, everybody. This is Kareem Lewis, your trusted Houston realtor, the one that keeps it real with you, aka Sergeant Sales. And I'm back again trying to expand a little bit on my last video where I broke down as far as for real estate investors, how should you get started? Like, should you should you become a flipper? Should you invest in new homes, or should you go ahead and try to build your home yourself? Which, of course, everything always stems from a conversation, and it's kind of like, why don't you break down the different, the different segments that you can pick so we can fully understand. So this video is going to be about home flipping a house, how to flip a house, how to pick it, how do you source it, all that good stuff. But before I go into that, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, follow, help me, help you, help us. All right, now let's get into it. House flipping. What is a house flip? What's house flipping? What is a house flipper, right? So who flips house? All it is taking an ugly house, fixing it up, making it a new house that you decide to either hold it and rent it out, or you sell it for a profit, right? Now, how do you find these homes, right? You can either, first of all, you're not going to find it. It's very rare. Let me say it like that. It's very rare to be able to find a home that you can flip for a profit on the MLS. Just because the MLS, when people list the MLS, they're trying to get the most. But they do have very few. If you know how to skim through and how to find them, you can find deals on the MLS. And you got to have a realtor that knows the secret sauce on how to set the settings to be able to find these properties for you. Guess who's that realtor? Hello, I'm advertising here. Kareem Lewis, your guy right here. Let's continue, right? So, how do I pick a home, right? So, the first thing you want to look at in any neighborhood that you're picking, right? You want to look at the ARV, after repair values, right? Or simply put, what are homes selling for, right? So, I'm going to use, just for quick math, we already know homes are selling for this price, but it makes it easier because, again, this video not scripted, it's from the noggin, and I gotta do math on the go. And you see me, I'm driving, right? So anyway, let's say ARV, to explain it to you. Let's just say if I'm in a neighborhood where homes sell for $100,000. I wish, right? Let's just say that, right? In Make Believe Land, they sell for $100,000. If I wanted to flip a house in this neighborhood, the math that you always want to use is, first of all, whatever the value is home selling, you take 70% of that. That's going to be your starting point as far as what you're offering, what you're buying homes for. So I take 70%. So that already put me at 70,000 that I will pay for a home that I'm looking to flip. Now I got to take repairs, right? And depending if the repairs are little, medium, or high, right? Low means, a basic cleaning. Maybe I could just redo the landscaping, paint, change the carpets, change flooring, light stuff, right? Where I can just say quick math, about 20,000 could take care of that. That's the lightweight. Then the medium is, all right, I need to do, redo, rehab the kitchen, make it more modern, of course, the paint, landscaping, maybe I got to do some halfback work, maybe I got to do some roofing, something that's going to cost you a little bit more. I will add 50,000. And of course, you got almost full rebuilds where you got foundation issues and some other things which can cost you 100 grand or even more, just depending on your location. But going with our model that we have, home sale for 100,000, right? I know I'm gonna go for 70% minus repairs, so we just gonna say 20,000, right, for repairs. So 20,000 from that 70,000, that puts us at 50,000, right? And so now I have to add, if I'm going to wholesale the home, meaning that I want to assign the home, assign the contract to another investor. I really don't plan on fixing it. I just want to make some money from it. So whatever you plan on making, 5,000, 10,000, 3,000, you got to subtract that from that too. Or if you're the one that's buying it, you can stay at that. So we just going to say we're the one that's purchasing it, so we're going to leave it at that. So we're going to say 70% minus the 20%. And I will say add another 10. I'm going to add another 10,000 for just in case, rather money that I spend to sell the home or money that maybe something that was unfound I didn't plan for, or something that needed to be repaired, whatever. So I'm gonna throw it up in there. So now in that neighborhood, that $100,000 where homes are selling for, I'm only gonna offer 40 grand for a home. Because with that 40 grand, I'm gonna have money to spend to fix the house, as well as I know when I sell the house, because there's a cost to sell a house. After all said and done, when I get that 100 grand and it pays back whatever I had to pay to get it started, I'm making a profit, and that's the whole point. So this is the concept of fix and flip. How you would find a fix and flip. Now, how do you actually? Like I said, the MLS, you can find something. Wholesalers, excuse me, wholesalers. Wholesalers are people that, as I kind of mentioned, and you've seen from my other videos, people that they don't fix in house. All they'll do, they might drive for dollars. They might use different apps online to locate abandoned properties, or properties that's unkept, or properties that it seems like the landlord just tired of being a landlord. They want to get rid of it. Property just went downhill, whatever. And they see where, you know, with the rates that houses are selling for, with the repairs, there could be profits made, and they can even add their extra 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, whatever it is, and then they sell it off to a regular investor that wants to do it. That's what a wholesaler is, right? And that's how you source your property. So either you can find some through the MLS, you can go through a wholesaler, or you yourself can drive around and do some of the things that wholesalers do to find properties, right? And make sure you buy it at the right price. So what's the pro? The pro is, again, if you go by the model that I just said, I purchased a home for 40,000. I put 20,000 in repairs, so that puts me at 60,000. A home sells for about 100 grand. That means I got 40 grand that I look to make in profit, right? That's a win. That's on the high. On the low, again, the problems that come up with flipping a house is the fact that I'm buying a home. Really, you're not doing any inspections or anything else like that. You're just buying a home from what you see and the possibility of a profit. Then when you buy the home and you're actually fixing it, this is when you can find those the problems that exist in the home that you didn't know about, right? And because you're buying it as an investor, it's not like you can go back to the seller and like, you need to fix it. No, that's why you're getting it dirt cheap, because it's known that you're taking it as is. So if your budget was 20,000, but now you got to fix a foundation, the foundation alone could be 20, 30,000. We're not even talking about painting or doing everything else. You know, if you got to remove trees, if you got to fix the plumbing, if you got to redo the wiring, you know, if the AC unit is bad, because you definitely not selling no home for top dollar if you don't have no AC, especially here in Texas. No. So these things come up that we don't know, and this is the big con. And this is what leads people to say, I need a different way of investing, which in the next video, I'll talk about investing with new homes. So if you like this video, go ahead, share your comments. Let me know what you thought about it. If you have anything that you want me to break down, as always, I invite you, put it in the comments or hit me up. Let me know. I'll make a video of it. So again, this is Kareem Lewis, Sergeant Sales, signing out.